welcome back to another miniature showcase video. This time we have the second part of the Adeptus Mechanicus commission I've been working on. Unfortunately I didn't get to finish the Scorpius disintegrator last night. I ran out of time just doing edge highlights and stuff, so to make sure that everything else was done I just parked it aside for the next phase. So what we have is we've one unit of, I think they're Cerberus Raiders, a unit of Rust Stalkers, Electro Priests, 2 units of Cataphracti, I was going to say Cataphracti, but they're the Terminators. So you've the Data Smith and the 2 big robots. So you've got 2 with hands, 3 with hands, sorry, and 1 with shooting fists, because I've already done 2 of them that have the shooting fists, so there's 3 of each then. There's a Cataphracti. Castellan robots, there we go. I knew I'd get to it eventually. And then these are the 2 flying units. So this is the unit with the flamers, and over this side we have the unit with the guns. Great models, don't get me wrong. The only thing that I don't like is the fact that they are on these new GW flying bases, which have a super small contact point. And they look great. The only thing is storage is going to be a nightmare for them. I didn't use them on my Dawnbreakers for the Horse Heresy purely because it was an absolute nightmare to store them. They kept breaking off, so I ended up just building up Cork base. But we should be able to do something with these with some clever packaging. So just have a close look at some of the models before I pack them up to ship them off. Same scheme as I painted with the last batch. Started off with a Mornifying brown airbrush all over, and then went back in and started picking up the details, the reds. It's Scarlet Red, I think, from Vallejo, Mephiston Red, and then Trollslayer Orange or Wild Rider Red. I can't remember which offhand. It's the same highlight I use on my Blood Angels, so you can see it a bit clearer on these guys. I tried to do the faces on all the Castellans a little bit different. So this guy here has like text or data scrolling across him. This guy is posed so it looks like he's taking aim and he's about to start shooting with a shoulder mounted autocannon. The intention with this guy was to make it kind of look like the Matrix, but he just looks like he's an absolutely insane robot now instead. And then finally we just have the one angry eye. My daughter was watching a lot of Minions at the time, so that's where the inspiration for that one came from. The bases, I do have a video on the channel on how I use that. It's the Technical Martian Iron Earth, so I'll throw a link up for that if you want to watch it. I went a little bit more minimalist on these bases with it, so especially on the flyers I tried to make the flying stand look like it was integrated into the base. And with it being the Mechanicus, I didn't want it to look like, you know, they'd sprayed loads of stuff up on the legs and stuff the way I did with my Tau, so I kept it so it's like a little bit more dry and less dusty than my previous rendition of it, because I had, it's like halfway up the Tau's legs and stuff that I airbrushed up the colours to make it look like, you know, they were running through the desert and it was windy and stuff. I was going to say the flock, the shrubbery or grass, whatever you want to call it, is lowland shrubs from the army painter. It's what I've been using on the whole army, so I'm keeping it consistent. He's got 3 little targets on his Auspex scanner there. I tried to make the Data Smiths look a little bit different, so this guy kind of has a copper head, so he looks more like the AOS dwarfs, the steampunk dwarfs that I cannot think of the name of. Caradon Overlords or Carcharodon Overlords, whatever they're called. And this guy has half silver and then red and a bit of a bronze strip down the middle. Let's see if we can get that focused up. There you go. Fun army to paint. I didn't enjoy painting the wings on these because I don't use contrast, so when I was painting them, I was using very thin layers of Ushabti bone, which is an amazing bone colour from GW, and it took a lot of time, but we got there in the end, multiple thin layers, and we have a finished second batch. I think the overall paint time now for the army is up at 203 hours. There's 2 units of electro priests, I think up to 3 or 4 units of these guys, 3 units of these. This is the first of the flying units, so there's only 2 units. And there's a lot more stuff to come. I have an ornithopter, I have a couple of doom crawlers, 2 more units of I think it's the Cataphron destroyers, the servitor on the tank tracks, and a couple more units of just the normal Skitari to go, and then we'll be looking at wrapping up this project. So stay tuned to see more updates, and don't forget to check out the basing tutorial on how I do these bases. Thanks for watching, stay tuned for more videos.